first one being the L'Oreal Hydra genus. This is genus. What? The first one being this L'Oreal Hydra genus. Why can't I say that? Oh my god. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sarah, and on my channel we talk about using up the collection we have and loving what we own. Today's video is going to be a review of my July monthly makeup bag. If you are new here, one way that I try to use up my makeup collection is having a monthly makeup bag where I use the same products for the entire month. Today I want to go through and share with you a review of these products and whether I would repurchase them or not. With all the products that I have, I can't keep track of what I like and what I don't like. So using it for the entire month, I can definitely figure out what I like and what I don't like, how products work, if they're better applied with a brush or a sponge, if the concealer works with the foundation, if it works with the primer, you get the drill. And towards the end of the video, I'm also going to share with you what I'm putting in my August monthly makeup bag. So if you are interested in hearing my thoughts on my July monthly bag and what I'm putting in my August bag, please stay tuned. I am going to go in the order that I would apply these products. So the first product that I have here is a primer. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Base Business. This is the skin smoothing formula. I know CoverGirl has a few other of these, but this is the skin smoothing formula. I'll be honest, I was so relieved when I was done with this product. In primers, I tend to look for something that is going to add a little bit of luminosity to my skin and maybe a little bit of help with my makeup lasting, but this was pretty much just a moisturizer. It was supposed to be smoothing. I didn't really notice any particular smoothing effects, but it was really moisturizing. I would probably recommend this to somebody who doesn't have problems with their makeup wearing off during the day and just wants like a nice layer of moisture before their makeup. If you're looking for something that is going to help your makeup last, I'd probably skip this. I actually did use up this entire product, so this is going into my empties. Was very relieved to finish this one. For foundation in July, I used the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation, and I wore the color 0.3 Fair Neutral. This is what the bottle looks like. It's super dirty because I used it all month. On Sephora, this claims to be a medium coverage natural finish foundation. I'm not sure why they claim that this is hydrating. I don't notice that it's super hydrating at all. I actually think it's pretty drying. I do agree that it is a medium coverage though. You could still see my freckles and it was a very nice skin-like finish. However, I didn't love that I had to use 3 pumps of this to get a lighter medium coverage. It seemed like it was a lot of product for not a lot of payoff. I noticed that this applied best with a damp sponge. Anytime I would try to build this up with a brush, it just looked cakey and heavy and it would sink into my smile lines and the lines under my eyes. So I definitely would recommend this for somebody who doesn't need to wear makeup for an entire day. Maybe if you prefer to just even out your skin tone, you don't want a ton of coverage, but you want enough coverage to cover up, redness and even out your skin tone. But if you have dry skin, I would kind of err with caution with this one. Make sure that you are priming your skin with a hydrating primer because it does look dry by the end of the day. I did use up quite a bit of this, which I'm excited about because when I started this project in July, I really dreaded this foundation. I've never thought that it looked good on me, so when this is finally finished, I definitely will not be repurchasing. Next up, we have a holy grail product that I am finally finished with, and that is the Tarte Shape Tape. This one is in the color 16N Fair Light Neutral. And I love this concealer. I know that everybody on the YouTube's beauty space is so over this concealer, but I will forever love this concealer. It is full coverage, matte. It covers everything. It is so beautiful. And I know that I can rely on this concealer to cover everything. It makes every foundation look good, and I know that it's going to last throughout the day. I am retiring this tube though. I have been scraping the sides of this all month trying to get it, and it's finally getting to the point where it's just to the point of no return. I am going to put this in my empties. However, I do have another tube. This is 12 neutral. So I do have another tube of it to use up, but for the time being, this is going into my empties. For powder in the month of July, I used the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Pressed Powder. This is in the color Porcelain 10. And this powder is one of my favorite powders that I've ever used. It is full coverage. It's got like a soft buttery finish to it, so it never looks cakey. It kind of glides over my pores. It's full coverage, so it adds a little bit of coverage to my foundation. I love this. However, I cannot find it anywhere, and I don't know that it's even available anymore. I think it's been discontinued, so I did make a pretty big dent on this. I still haven't hit pan yet, so when this is finally finished, I will be so sad because I haven't been able to find this anywhere. For bronzer in July, I used the Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder. This is in the color 03 Sun Tan, and you guys, I freaking love this bronzer. I am so obsessed with it. This is one of the best drugstore bronzers that I have found. So if you are looking for a really nice bronzer, definitely try this one. This bronzer is a really natural looking bronzer. It is a bronzer that you kind of have to build the color up on your face, which is what I prefer. I don't want to go in with a bronzer that is like really pigmented and just makes like a giant brown mark on my face. So I really love this. I have pale, very pale skin, and 03 was a good color for me, but if you are a beginner, there are 2 other shades that you can try. But this is a very smooth and buildable bronzer. I highly recommend it if you are looking for a drugstore bronzer. For blush in July, I used the Burt's Bee blush in the color Bare Peach. This is a really nice peachy orange color. It looks really intimidating in the pan, but it is such a nice looking blush. I loved this paired with the Dream Street palette and the lippy stick that I chose for July. I'll be honest, when I bought this, I bought it off a recommendation from Kathleen Lights. And when I got it and put it on myself for the first time, I hated it. When I buy peachy blushes, I want them to be a little bit brighter, and this one was definitely on the more muted side. I did really like this product. I thought it paired really well with the Dream Street palette and the lippy stick that I chose for July. However, I don't think I would purchase any more of these. It didn't get me excited. I didn't get excited to put this blush on. It was really pretty, and if you're looking for a nice blush, you might try this, but it didn't really excite me, so I think I would pass on repurchasing. Highlight this month, I used the Ofra and Samantha March highlight. This is the highlight that they released as a collab with Samantha March. If you don't follow Samantha, you should definitely follow her. She's one of my favorite YouTubers to watch. But this is a collab highlight that they came out with last summer. This highlight is a combination of their champagne and their pink highlights, and it is super stunning. I love this highlight. The formula is really nice. You can mix these together to get a nice champagne color, or you can wear them separately. I'm obsessed with this highlight. It is such a smooth, creamy formula. I love this. This is one of my favorite highlighters in my collection. What I like about this highlight is that you can make it super subtle for like everyday wear, or you can build it up and have like a really blinding highlight. I prefer a more natural highlight, and if you just go in with a light hand, this one is really pretty. After trying this product and having it in my collection for a year, I am definitely wanting to try more from Ofra. I haven't tried anything else but the highlight and the liquid lipsticks. I'm excited that I got more use out of this. This is one of those products that I will always go back to. I haven't really even made a dent in this yet, so I'm excited that I got some more use out of it. For eyes in July, I chose the Dream Street palette from Kathleen Lights and ColourPop. When I bought this palette, I looked at it and kind of was like, meh. I wasn't super excited about it. I thought it was just another warm neutral palette and put it in the back of my drawer. Before this month, I hardly used it at all. So in the month of July, I was excited to get a lot more use out of it. I pretty much used every single color in the palette other than the blues. I am still planning on doing an IG Live or a IGTV with the blue colors. I just haven't gotten to it yet, but when I wanted just a simple everyday look, I would pop one of those shades on there. These shimmer colors were easy to just pop on the lid. If I needed to darken it up a little bit, this brown was perfect. I really love this palette and I'm super happy that I got more use out of it. I love the ColourPop formula, so I'm not disappointed there. Their formula is very blendable and creamy, so it's very quick to apply. So I am really happy that I got more use out of this. It is definitely something that I could see myself going for a quick everyday look. In July, I used the L'Oreal Bambi Eye Mascara. You guys will see a trend here. When I bought this, I pretty much put it on my eyes and I hated it and put it in my little container over here. At first, I wasn't a huge fan, but then as it started to dry out and I got used to it, it creates a really nice fanned out look to your lashes. I loved it for the outer lashes too. It really lengthened and volumized. I really like this. I could do both my top and bottom lashes with this, so I definitely would repurchase this mascara in the future. Last two products I have are lip products. This first one is gone. I'm so excited to finally have this up. I mentioned in my Instagram post that there would be some products from my previous direct sales business that I would be using up. Unfortunately, the products that I still have, I am going to use up. I will not be promoting them at all though, and I will always have an alternative to them, but they are just too expensive for me to throw away. I just can't justify it. I threw away my entire Unique collection when I quit because it was expired, but I do have a few products that I need to use up, and this is one of them. This was a lip pencil, and this was in the color Prudent. I liked this color. It was neutral. It looked good under any lipstick, but I did not like the formula. This formula was so dry, and anytime I would sharpen it, it would just break and break and break, and when I would apply it to my lips, it would pull on my mouth. So would not recommend these at all. I don't know if it's just because it was getting old or if it was just a really terrible formula, but if you're looking for a good lip liner, I would recommend the ColourPop Lippy Sticks or the BH Cosmetics lip liners. This was $15, which is ridiculous for the quality of product that you're getting. This was exciting to use up though. I could not sharpen it anymore and I couldn't really even hold it to apply. So this is exciting to use up, and just one more product from that company that I can get rid of. Alright, the last product that I used up for the month of July was the ColourPop Just a Tint. This one is in the color Cherry Pickin'. I freaking love these, you guys. If you guys are new to my channel, these are the kinds of products that I go for on an everyday basis. First, I will line my lips with a lip liner and I will pop these on. These are hydrating. They just kind of give a really easy wash of color. You don't have to worry about them fading or running around your mouth. They're so nice. I can't wait until I can pick more of these colors up. The only thing I don't love about these is the scent. It's a very strong, like tropical scent, which when I was pregnant really made me sick, but I love these. They're really easy to throw in your bag and go. Highly recommend and definitely would repurchase. Really quickly, I wanted to share with you what I have going into my August monthly makeup bag. I did film a get ready with me using all of these products, which will be up by now on my Instagram. If you want to see these products in action, go check that out. In the month of August, I have two primers. The first one being the L'Oreal Hydra Genius Primer. I got this in a Ulta order, and this is the last primer sample that I have in my collection. and I'm almost done with this, so I want to use that up. When that is finished, I will be using the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. If you guys watched my $1,000 Sephora Dream Cart video, I did mention that I wanted to try this, and because I've used up all my primers in my collection, I went ahead and treated myself to this. I'm excited to try this out. I used it in my Instagram live with this matte foundation that I'm going to talk about. So far I really like it, and I'm excited to try it out more. The foundation that I chose for August is the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made foundation. This is actually the foundation that I wore on my wedding day 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago. And I wear the color L20. And at the time, I really loved this foundation. I was really into matte full coverage foundations, but when I got pregnant, my skin was way too dry to use this, so I haven't used this for a while. You can see that I've used up quite a bit. I bet there's probably half a bottle left in this, so I'm hoping to use this up in the month of August. Okay, I have a weird thing going on with concealer. In my IGTV, I use the Revolution Conceal and Define. This is the matte full coverage concealer, but I can't get any on the wand. The wand is so like tiny that you can't get any on the wand. So in my Instagram live, you'll see me use this, but I literally can't get any on my wand. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm not going to be able to use this. So instead, I'm going to use the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate. These are the same concealer, except this is the hydrating version. So rather than try to figure that out, I'm going to get some more use out of this. This is supposed to be a hydrating full coverage concealer, so we will see how that performs. For powder in August, I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Powder. This is in the color LC1. I've used this powder in the past and I don't really remember what I think about it. Don't worry, I have not used this. It actually broke in my drawer. I'm excited to get some more use out of this and see if we can see some more pan. For bronzer this month, I am using this giant bronzer. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumely Bronzer. This is in the color 02 Medium. And I really like this bronzer. I've used it before. I've used quite a bit of it. This is supposed to be more of a luminous bronzer, and I chose this bronzer this month because with the matte foundation, the matte concealer, and the matte powder, I thought I needed a little bit of luminosity, so I am throwing this in my bag for August. For blush, this month I'm going back to one of my tried and true favorites. This is the Milani Romantic Rose blush. This is a gorgeous neutral blush. This literally looks good on every skin tone. I'm obsessed with it, so I'm excited to get some more use out of this. I haven't used it for a really long time, so this is going in my August bag. For highlight this month, I am using the Sculpt and Glow palette from Folklore. This is in 01 Maui Nights and Opal. I don't know how much I'll use this. I have used this before as a contour, but I don't really contour my face. But this highlight is absolutely stunning. I love this. It gives like a nice wash of color without being too blinding. So I don't know how much I'll use this, but this is the highlighter I'm going to be using for the month. For eyes this month, I'm super excited to break out my Fame palette from ColourPop. This is one of the first palettes that I bought from ColourPop, and last month I chose a warm toned palette, so I thought this month I would go the opposite spectrum and choose a cool tone palette. This is just a really nice cool toned neutral palette. You have some darker colors if you want to add some drama. You have some really gorgeous shimmery shades. These are the typical ColourPop formula that you can just apply with your fingers, and these really gorgeous like mauve-y, purpley matte formula. So I'm excited to get more use out of this. I haven't used it in a long time. Last products I will talk about are some lip products. The lip liner that I chose out this month is the LA Girl Ultimate Lip Pencil. This is the Intense Stay Auto Pencil. And I really like this color. It's a very cool toned pink color, so it will look really pretty with the cool toned palette. I love these liners a lot. I love that they're retractable. They're not too soft, so you're not using a ton of product, but they're not drying, so they're not tugging on your lips. So definitely excited to get some more use out of this. And then the last two products I'm throwing in my bag this month are the BH Cosmetic Cashmere Cream. I'm throwing both colors of these in my bag for this month to give myself some options. This one is nice for every day, but if I want something a little bit darker, more pinky, this one is really nice. This is a matte formula, so I am a little bit nervous to break these out. I have severely dry lips, so anything that's matte kind of clings to the dryness on my lips, so we will see how I like these. Excited to try these out again. Alright guys, that was my review of my July monthly makeup bag. And I'm excited to change up my products for August and get some more use out of these. If you guys liked this video today, please like it and subscribe to my channel before you go. And comment below what you are excited for in the month of August. It seems crazy that August is here. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye!